Welcome back to Connect. The 2013 MasterCard Memorial Cup is coming to Credit Union Centre right here in Saskatoon, May 16th through the 26th. So today we're going to talk a little bit of hockey, and who better to talk about hockey with than Mr. Jack Brodsky, the president and co-owner of the Saskatoon Blades, as well as our very own Matthew Prefontaine, sports reporter here at Shaw TV. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us for the first edition of Connected.
Happy to be here.
All right, guys. Before we dive into the Memorial Cup itself, let's talk a little bit about the Saskatoon Blades. This team's on a roll, Jack. Got to feel pretty good. I know a while back there was maybe some errant speculation that they might ask the Blades to not even take part in the Memorial Cup. We know that wasn't going to happen, but got to feel great when the team is winning.
Yeah, we've certainly, there were some trials and tribulations early, although the Cup was always going to be here. That was a rumor that was never going to be true, but we're certainly feeling much better about the way things are going here now. The team is playing well, but as I continually tell everybody, it's one shift at a time. But certainly having won 9 games in a row here now makes us feel a little bit better about where we are, and we just got to continue to get better. And the teams that will play in the Memorial Cup will be great hockey clubs, and we got to be one of them. But we do feel that we're making some progress in that area for sure.
Yeah, team's playing great, absolutely. Of course, we had the big game on Saturday night celebrating the big anniversary of Credit Union Centre, formerly known as Saskatchewan Place. What an incredible atmosphere it was there for that game. Helps when you get a win, but a huge crowd, 12,000 plus. Must have been a lot of fun that night.
You know, it really was, and it was, obviously we set a record for Blades attendance for that game. But the building was a great partner of ours in that. We worked together. We had some great promotions going on and whatnot, and it was a lot of fun to be a part of. And then when you get those big crowds in there, it's always nice when you win the game as well.
Absolutely. Another fella who was there for the game that night, our very own Matthew Prefontaine. Matthew, I know you get to cover a lot of Blades games, but a bit of a different atmosphere there on Saturday night, I'm guessing.
Absolutely. What an atmosphere it was. I traveled to a lot of different rinks in the league with the WHL on Shaw, and just hats off to the sales and marketing team with the organization. They do a great job game in and out with the game day experience, and it really was a very special night for sure.
Yeah, the guys did a great job, and it is, when you get those kind of crowds in there, the atmosphere is electric, and I know for the players it makes a big difference as well, so it was great.
Absolutely. Matthew, you and I have spent a lot of time covering sports in the city. We know what it's like being a sports reporter. It's always more fun covering a team when they're winning, right?
No question, Simon. I've been on the beat now for about 4 years covering the Blades and with Sega's Inside Edge, and it's been a pretty good run. 2 years ago we had the Braden Shen team, very exciting pickup there following the World Juniors, and now we're gearing up to the road to the Memorial Cup. There's no shortage of storylines, that's for sure.
Well, that's a great transition. Let's start talking a little bit about the Memorial Cup. We know landing an event like this takes a lot of work. You're the co-chair of the committee. Give us a sense, if you can, Jack. What's it like trying to bring an event like this to Saskatoon, to Credit Union Centre?
Well, just as an example, it was 1989 the last time we had a chance to bring it here, so 24 years have passed. It only comes to our league every 3 years, and it happens in 3-year multiples. There's some places that probably have small enough facilities that they won't get a chance to host it, but to have a chance, so this has happened 8 times in the West since we last had it, or this is the 8th time. So, that's pretty special for us to have another opportunity to do it. It's not an easy process. You go through a process with the league where they will do a review of your club and kind of project, although it's very difficult to do, to project 3 years down the road or 2 years down the road how the club will be, but try to screen out at least that way to get down to a reasonable number of applicants. And then, there's lots of experience in this city with people who've worked on bids that have been put together for World Juniors and Memorial Cups and Junos and all kinds of other things. And so a lot of experience around, and you just, Saskatoon Sport Tourism has certainly been a big help with all of that. And you draw on that experience, you sit down and you put the package together and go and make the presentation. And then the other part of it for us that we're so fortunate of is, the politicians in our province have been absolutely excellent, and Mayor Atchison is always there to come and be a part of the pitch, the presentation, and we had Ken Cheveldayoff as well, and the governments, they also get involved in helping out with the bid guarantees to make sure that when we go in and we have a guarantee, it's solid and it's going to be looked after. And I know the people around the Board of Governors table, they listen to that stuff, and they're very impressed by the fact. And of course, you know, the politicians I'm talking about are sports fans, and they understand the game, and they're all a part of it as well. And the fact that the mayor played for us doesn't hurt either, and we always play that up quite a bit. But you know, you make the pitch, and there was 2 other teams in there that made great pitches as well, but ours ended up being the best one, and you end up winning it. So, and then that's the easy part, and then the work starts after that. And it's been a long process already, about 1.5 years, but lots of great experience, as I said, and people who know what they're doing and have done this stuff before, and really puts us all in pretty good stead for hosting events in general in our province. We're good at it, and it's something we enjoy doing.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, of course, the facility plays a big role in that, having a high-quality facility like Credit Union Centre, which, of course, experienced some major renovations with the World Juniors a few years back, really changed the look of the building, made some significant changes. Did any changes have to take place heading into Memorial Cup, or is the facility pretty much the same as it has been for the last couple of years?
You know, the facility is pretty much the same as it has been, but if you look back, I mean, we just celebrated the 25th anniversary, and we just talked about that. But so many things have been added. There was seats added for the 1991 Memorial, or the 1991 World Juniors. You know, a few years ago when we started having NHL exhibition games here, there was a bunch of suites that were added to the building. For the last World Juniors, we added a whole bunch more seats, and the LED ribbon and the score clock and stuff. So the building is really in very, very good shape and very well suited because of the investments by the governments of all levels, all 3 levels. And so we didn't have to do anything to the facility. It's ready to go.
Good stuff. All right, Matthew, you and I spent an awful lot of time in that building when the World Juniors were here in Saskatoon at Credit Union Centre. That was one of the most fun things I've ever gotten to cover in my life. I know you loved it. These big events, they are a ton of fun to cover. I'm guessing you're looking forward to the Memorial Cup coming to Saskatoon.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the national stage, having the best teams from the Q and the OHL, and again with the WHL coming, it's going to be a caliber of hockey similar to the World Juniors, you know, the best of the best at that level. And really, it's since we heard about that we got the bid over a year ago now, it's just, I can't wait to get there.
Yeah, it's coming. Of course, I should make mention, University Cup also coming to Credit Union Centre a little bit sooner. Couple of great hockey events. This is going to be a fun stretch here at Credit Union Centre.
Yeah, it really is. You know, there actually, I did make a mistake because we did add a new set of boards and glass.
Oh, okay.
Which much safer, it's state-of-the-art system that we have there, and of course the University Cup will benefit from that as well. And so that was one thing that did get added. But yeah, it's great to see the University Cup coming, 2 national championships, and of course we're always proud of the University Cup because a lot of the players in there are playing on Western Hockey League scholarships and attending universities. So it's a great relationship we have with those guys. And you know, if you put together the 2 different host committees, you'd probably get pretty close to having the group of people we had working on the World Juniors. And we get along, and we meet quite regularly and talk about things that we can do together to help out both sides and whatnot. But yeah, 2 great national championships going to be here over the next few months.
And that's something we see every time any big event comes to Saskatoon, whether it's sporting or something like the Junos, like you mentioned. Any big event, you know, we're going to see a huge volunteer response, not just at that committee level, but, you know, the people on the ground doing the work. I'm continually impressed. You get to see it all the time. People really react to the big events coming to Saskatoon.
There's no question, and you mentioned the volunteers step up, and we always, you know, we're the volunteer capital of at least North America. I'm not sure, sometimes the mayor says the world.
But, I'm pretty sure I heard him say the universe once.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he likes to tell
But we do have a great volunteer base, and everybody loves being a part of these things, and it's one of the things that we do very well.
All right, I'll throw this question out to both of you because you both have a vested interest in this. We know the Blades are going to be there at the Memorial Cup. That's sort of the one team we can guarantee at this point. It's tough at this point, I'm guessing, to know what the competition will be like because we don't know who's going to be there. And of course, you don't see these teams during the regular season. How well can the Saskatoon Blades do in this? I mean, obviously it's a shortened time frame. We know anything can happen when you get to postseason. How well can the Blades do here?
Well, you know, from my perspective, we've always set out that our goal is to win this thing, and we made a lot of moves with our team, and we've done lots of things with our team over the year to build it into what we believe will be a serious contender. And we're playing the way we think we're capable of now, and we still think that there's more that can come. And our goal is to win it. Our plan is to win it, and we believe that we have a legitimate shot at it.
Good stuff. Matthew, you watch this team all the time. How are you feeling about their chances heading into the tournament?
Well, I'd just like to comment, fans are probably wondering, which team are we looking to see, the one that kind of struggled to start the year or this 9-game winning streak team? And I like to think it's the latter. I think the acquisition of Michael Furland really put a lot of the scoring pieces in place. Now you have 2 good scoring lines with Stransky and Walker, as well as McColgan, Nichols, and Burns on the second trio. And the defense has always been strong, I think. So I think they're rounding into form. Makarov, top 5 goaltender in the league. I think if you look around, it's probably going to be coming down to the Portlands and Edmontons, last year's finalists. They're both really strong again this year. And then just, again, the competition going across Canada, you're looking at London Knights, always strong. And the 2 superstars over there with the Mooseheads, it's going to be a really interesting tournament indeed. I think the Blades will definitely be competitive. Hopefully they can get deep in the playoffs, go 3-4 rounds, and so they're not waiting too long, or just obviously win their way in.
Big event at Credit Union Center. Of course, we know tons of people are going to be out there. How are ticket sales going so far, Jack?
Ticket sales have been great. We're where we feel we want it to be at this point in time, and we're still about just about 3 months out from the event, so there's still time there. But lots of the great seats are gone. There's still lots of great seats left. There isn't a bad seat in the house really, but we got pricing, everything, all the way up from $99 a seat right up to I think $5.99 and plus fees and service charges. So there's still good seats available, but they're moving along well, and we're certainly happy with where we are.
Ticketmaster.ca, that's the place to go if you're looking for those ticket packages.
That's the place to go.
All right. Also want to make mention a great partnership between the folks at the Memorial Cup and the University Cup, pledging $100,000 to help Saskatoon's underprivileged youth participate in grassroots hockey programs. That's a big part of it as well, giving back to the community.
Well, we were really happy that we were able to work with the guys at the University Cup to put that together. And whenever you have these kind of events, you want to have something that you can give back to the community, and we felt like doing something that would give kids a chance to play who didn't have a chance to play, that was a real worthwhile thing to do. So we're really, really proud of that partnership.
So when an event like this rolls around, or the World Juniors, because you are so personally involved in so many of these things, I don't know how you find the time, first of all, to do all these things, Jack, but what is that time like for you, that week, that experience?
It's I'll be honest with you, when the World Juniors was on, that week is a bit of a blur. All the time leading up, there was so much time put in and so much effort and whatnot, and when the tournament was going on, it was a bit of a blur. I think this one's going to be a little different because we don't have the 2 games or 3 games in a day. It's 1 game each day, and our team is going to be playing. So, but things are organized well enough by the people that we have, the great team that we have, and because of our family's personal involvement with the hockey club, that my plan is to take a little time to make sure that we're going to enjoy the games that are that are being played. But the other thing is, it's when you're on the national stage, the international stage, there's a great deal of pride as well in our community and in our hockey club and being involved in these kinds of things. So it's a very, very proud time for us as well.
And Matthew, of course, we're going to be there. Sounds like it'll be a busy time for us during Memorial Cup. Lots of coverage here on Shaw TV. Are you gearing up? Are you drinking the Gatorade? Are you ready?
Yeah, absolutely. We were just in Regina the other day and talking to the Calgary crew who kind of produces the whole thing. We were just talking about plans, and it's going to be a hectic 2 weeks, but a fun one.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me for the first episode of Connect, talking Memorial Cup and Blades hockey. We really appreciate it. Looking forward to a great event again, May 16th through the 26th. You can get your tickets through Ticketmaster.ca. Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you.
All right, that is going to do it for the very first episode of Connect. We want to know what you think about the topics we discussed on today's show, or anything at all that you've got on your mind. You can tweet us at Shaw TV Connect, visit our Facebook page, or email shawtvconnect@shaw.ca, or you can give us a call at 665-3796. That's going to do it. I'm Simon Hyatt. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Connect.
No Laura Kynan with Team Finland getting ready for the World Junior. No Makarov for the Blades getting ready to play with Team Russia for a second straight year. Nichols 50, Bird, score!